Okay, this is part 2, HolidayFL part 2, and this is the advanced version of part 2. This will take your animated GIF and have it fade from one image to the other instead of it just flipping between the two. So here we're here at 0 period. Here in media, there we go. 0 period's checking in, and let's get started. So we're going to be an illustrator. We're going to open up HolidayFL.ai. All right. So again, make sure you have just 2 layers, Pumpkin Man and Snowman. The only 2 layers that you have. When you're finished doing all the artwork, all your drawing, make sure you merge the related layers to each one of these images and call one Pumpkin Man and one Snowman. And that's what we did at the end of part 1 training video for HolidayFL. All right, so I'm going to go up here to File, Export, Export As, and I'm going to keep it as HolidayFL, but I want, and make sure you're in Documents here for where. But we want to make this a Photoshop document, PSD, Photoshop document. And remember, you can pause, rewind, or fast forward any part of this training video. It's one-on-one. It's just me and you working on this project, okay? So I'm going to click Export. And I'm going to click OK here. And I'm going to go into Photoshop. Well, we're waiting. Well, we're waiting. It's taking its time. It's taking its time. I'm doing the training video. Some more 0 period students are wandering in right now. That's good. That's good. All right, so now we're in Photoshop. And we're going to go File, Open. And we're going to open up that HolidayFL.Photoshop document, okay, PSD, that's the one you want to open. Click Open. Here we go. All right, so the first thing is some of the artwork that's spilled onto the artboards in Illustrator might have will come over, and we don't want that as part of our Photoshop document. So we need to use the crop tool. We need to use the crop tool over here, that one. Remember that one, and click on it, and then just bring those margins in. You might have to kind of just figure out where it's at, so that you get all that white checkerboard stuff cropped out. Okay, something like that. It's okay if you change the dimensions a little bit because this is going on your web page, so it's not like you're going to print it, so it's fine. So click the check here. And now I want to not throw you off with that. I want to go over here to the Layers panel, and if just to reset our view to make sure we're in the same place, I'm going to reset Essentials. We're in the Essentials view of Illustrator. Sorry, of Photoshop. And I've got my Layers panel here. So I need to convert each of these into a smart object. So I'm going to start with, and there should just be 2 layers. I'll start with the Pumpkin Man layer, and I'm going to convert to smart object. Then I'm going to right-click. I'm right-clicking, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm right-clicking to get this menu up. Okay, right-click, and come on now. And I want to convert that to a smart object. Okay, so I use the right-clicks to do that. And now I want to turn on my timeline for making a video. So I'm going to go up here to Window, and I'm going to come down to Timeline, because this is the animation part of this assignment. Remember, this assignment is mixing graphic design with Illustrator with animation. We're using Photoshop. So we've got this timeline here, and you're going to have 2 choices. You could either do a video timeline, which we're not doing right now, Or if you click this drop down arrow, you could switch it to create frame animation, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to take these layers and turn them into an animated GIF. So I'm going to click on this button here that says create frame animation, and it's going to bring across, it's going to bring in my first frame this pumpkin man, snowman layer here, frame. We'll call these frames. So on this first one, I wanted to show just the snowman. Okay, so I'm going to turn the eye on the pumpkin man off, and so we just have that. Okay, now I'm going to click here on this button right next to the trash can. It's duplicate selected frames. So we have frame 1 selected, so this is going to make a copy of it. So I'm going to click there, and on the second frame I want to turn this eye back on. Okay, but on this frame, I want it to fade into the pumpkin man. So I'm going to go to the opacity, and I'm going to go in steps of 10, from 0 to, well, from 10% to 100%. Okay, so I'm going to put 10 here, and so we still, for the most part, see the snowman. Then I'm going to click again here on this create duplicate layer, and on this one, I want that to be 20. Okay. And then I'm going to do it again, and I want this one to be 30. So I'm just going to step all the way up, making new frames and increasing the opacity. And as you increase the opacity, you'll see the pumpkin man start to emerge from behind. This is so much fun. This is great stuff right here. This is the first year I'm doing this advanced version, by the way. And this is the better way. This is the way you want to go if you really are into this digital media stuff. Going to 70 now, and 80, and 90, and then finally on frame 11, 100%. There we go. All right. So if I play this, you kind of see what it's doing, but we want it to go between we want it to loop between both, so we need another set of these, and I'm just going to copy and paste them. So I'm going to hold the shift key down. First I'm going to make sure that frame 1 is selected. I'm going to go to frame 11, hold the shift key down, and click. So now I have them all selected, right? Let's see if that's the case. Right, that's all. Right. And first I want to change the speed of these. These are kind of slow, fast. So I'm going to go to one of them. Since I'm all selected, it'll fix it for all of them. And I'm going to go to 0.1 seconds. Okay, 0.1. So it slows it down a little bit. 0.1, okay, seconds. Now I'm going to go over here to these 4 lines in the top right corner of the panel, the timeline panel, and I'm going to go up and copy the frames, and then I'm going to go back to those 4 lines, and I'm going to paste the frames, and it's going to say paste them where? I want to paste after selected, so I want it to go after frame 11, so I'm going to click OK. Alright, now it's in the wrong order. I want to reverse the order because I want the snowman to reappear at the end. So I've got to go here and reverse frames. Boom. So now it's reversed the frames. So now when I play it, it's exactly the way I want it. One more thing I want to adjust before I go ahead and export this, and that is I want it to kind of stop for a second on each of the images. So I know on frame 1 I've got the snowman. So I'm going to go ahead and click the drop down arrow under 0.1 second. I'm going to make that 1.0 seconds. And then I'm going to go to frame 11. That's where I have 100% opacity. And I'm going to drop down that from 0.1 to 1.0. Now when I play it, you see it pause. And then fade to the next image and pause, and fade to the next image and pause. It's perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. It's so awesome. All right, go ahead and stop that from playing. We are done. Good opportunity here to do a Command S to save this. Boom, Command S, right? And now let's go ahead and export this as an animated GIF. So we're going to go up to File, export, save for web legacy, just like we've been doing. But now we have to make a new format. Okay, so here we are. If yours looks more like, doesn't look like you can't see the whole thing, just go over here and fit in view. Fit in view. That way you can see the whole guy here. And you can click, well, we got to go up here to the presets. And we want to change the preset. You probably have yours on a JPEG high. So we're going to switch it to the very top choice. GIF 128 dithered. Okay, GIF 128 dithered. This is a GIF file now, okay, which allows for animation. We also want to remove transparency. We don't want any pixels that are clear, any of the checkerboard that you might have. We want that to be filled with white. So I'm going to go to and uncheck this transparency option here. That's important for the final look of this. And we want to make sure that it's looping forever, and it is. And I want to set the width to 300. Okay, 300. And that's it. So I'm going to click save. And then I'm going to click, make sure it's going to be holidayfl.gif.gif. It's in your documents. Click save again. And you're going to log into Wix. I'm done with Photoshop here. So file, quit Photoshop. If it says, yeah, go ahead and save it again just to make sure you still have it. We also should have exited out of Illustrator. So I'm going to go up to Illustrator, quit Illustrator, if you still have that on. And so you're going to log into your Wix account, and you're going to go now to your animation page. And you're going to upload holidayfl.gif.gif, right? And you're going to put that on your animation page. So if I go to my documents, so there it is right there, holidayfl.gif. That's the one you upload to your animation page, and it will play there, and it'll be awesome. Okay, thank you very much, and we'll keep going.